this is just a calculator help feature. First of all, if you have a TI Nspire that you got from us, great. This is where you're going to start using it even more. And if you have issues with your TI Nspire, let me know, and I will help you with that as well. But you're going to need to know how to use the TI Nspire on the AP exam. So some of the things that you need to know how to do is if you're going to calculate things like a derivative or an integral. The way you get to it is you go to, one way is to go to menu. Oops, sorry. Get rid of that thing. You go to menu and then go down to calculus. And at this point, when you go to menu and calculus, let's see what you got. Really, the number one is finding the derivative, and number two is finding the integral. You can do numerical function maximum or minimum and whatever, but I don't know that that's super duper helpful. But the other thing is you can get to it by the key next to number 9, which it kind of looks like this. This is actually a pretty fantastic key. It looks like this. It's got the absolute value. It's got this kind of thing here. It's where you could put in a piecewise function. If you hit that, you get all kinds of different things on there. You can do the derivative, the second derivative. You do all different kinds of things on there with piecewise functions and graphing them and evaluating them and things like that. And if you're ever kind of going, I wonder what else it can do, probably somebody made a YouTube video for it. So check the YouTube video. You need to make sure that you go to the settings on both the graph and the calculator. You need to make sure you are in degrees, and you need to float like 8 decimal places. So in the calculator one, when you do that, you hit doc, and you go down to number 7, and then you go to number 2. Okay, so doc 7, 2, and make sure that you are not in degrees. I don't know why I just said degrees. It's not in degrees, radians. You have to put it into radians. So make sure your calculator is in radians for any AP Calculus question. On the graph one, you go to menu, then go to number 8, and make sure that's in there. Make sure you fix it. But you want radians, and you want to float 8. 8 gives you 8 decimal places, because all AP answers are correct to 3 decimals. As a must. If you leave 2 decimal places, not good enough. 3 decimal places, always. You can also graph derivatives. So if you are in the graphing part, and when you go to a graph, if you hit menu and you go down to number 3, that's where you're going to enter a function. And then the key next to the number 9 key will get you any kind of derivative or integral. Okay? Remember that, just as a note, that this is the first derivative. That this is the second derivative. And so on. And you can do any kind of things on there. The other one that I want you to make sure you noticed is if you go to menu in the graphing mode and you go to number 6, that's another key important thing, because number 6 gets you to analyze the graph. If you look at that, you can do all kinds of things. You can do a 0. You can do an intersection. You can do a derivative at a certain x value. You can do an integral. Eventually, we will do a bounded area. So that's a really important thing, analyzing the graph. All of those things are super important. You're going to get to use a lot of those, or you're going to be able to use a lot of those in the assignment today. If you're having issues and you don't understand what to do, and you've tried a couple problems in the assignment today, let me know, and I will do my best to show you how I might do it on a calculator. It's a little bit difficult in the sense that I'd have to talk you through it because I don't have a calculator, an Inspire on my desktop that I can show you with, but I can probably talk you through it. If you have any questions, just let me know.